I want you to know that Kirk and I put strong intention into the beginning of the year and what we wanted to, we never know what's going to happen, but our intention can lead us in a higher direction. So the theme that we've chosen for this year is bringing our dreams to life. That's our 2018 vision. But I want to be clear on one thing. I want you to know, I'm just asking, we have different kinds of dreams. And do you know the difference between our human dreams, our human will dreams, that we want things out there to make us feel better, so we'll look better. Maybe we want dreams so, I need this so I can be a better person. Or the dreams that come from the divine vision, where we work in cooperative collaboration, co-creation with Spirit. That's what you were talking about, Susan, when she said, when we do that, when we collaborate, co-create with Spirit, the universe provides things we cannot even imagine. But we have to do that. So what I want you to do before we even start, just to get this vision of bringing our dreams to life, I want you to think of the Sistine Chapel. In the painting by Michelangelo on the ceiling, where the human hand is reaching upward. And as that hand reaches upward, of course, the anthropomorphic God, but the hand of God reaches down to assist. So things we can't even imagine happen when we take that leap. So bringing our dreams to life is not just about wanting, but it's about knowing, first of all, that we live in a universe that is programmed for perfection. I want you to be thinking about this. If you think about a little embryo that becomes a baby and on, and a bud that becomes a blossom, and inside of each of us is creative potential that wants to be expressed. We are designed to be the greatest yet to be. We are designed with potential and creative expression in us that wants to be expressed. Now, the difference between us and the little embryo and the little bud is we have free will. And that's where the door thing comes involved. That's why the theme of today, but I have something to say before that. But anyway, so I want you to be thinking, anytime you kind of forget, think of that picture and realize when we start our day reaching for God, for good, for love, for possibility, when we start our day like that, our day can't be the same as it would if we didn't, because we're opening a door to something wonderful. Now, how do we know if our dreams are divine or not? Well, let me just tell you, our divine dreams always hold, this is my interpretation, but always hold compassion, love, forgiveness, acceptance. They don't yell at us and tell us we have to be this to be better. They hold the possibility of our being good for all. So with that in mind, our January theme is breakthrough, because as I said, we have the ability, human will, to build walls and doors that block our creative potential from truly expanding. So this month is about breakthrough, and today's topic is the door is wide and open. You know, Ernest Holmes, the founder of our teaching, our philosophy, says, man is not born in bondage. We are not created in bondage. Our divine birthright is freedom. Freedom to choose and choose again and choose again. We are here to be free. But we must make the discovery for ourselves. We have to discover that freedom. But the beauty is we can choose and re-choose and recreate and redo. And our doors aren't built with locks. They're built with hinges. The door between the two worlds, the mystics talk about it. They know that the two worlds exist, and we have to have one foot over there if we're going to live our most expanded, beautiful, loving life that makes us feel good, makes us understand even when Gretchen was singing along, even when we're on one of those windy parts of our life. Remember, life is teaching us all the time, so those windy parts happen for our learning and our growth. Even when we're there, we know there's potential. You see, when the door between the two worlds, that place, is created in love, we see possibilities instead of problems. It just becomes the way of life. So, once I heard someone say, how many of you know that I love the 13th century poet Rumi? Somebody once asked, is this a Rumi church? And, our center is called InSpirit because that's a real word, one word, InSpirit, meaning living an inspired life, living from a place of inspiration. And we all have things that inspire us, right? Beauty or, it could be reading or visual, it could be sensory, whatever. I can open a Rumi book and I can find something that inspires me on every page. He just does that for me. So I'm sorry I have a few Rumi quotes today, but he's really big on doors. So it just fits. But I'm not even going to give his name on all of it, but when I quote it, you'll know who said it, okay? We've heard this one many times because I quote it because I think it's such a beautiful reminder. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You see, this is where I'm diverting from the quote. You see, our sleepiness is when we shut our minds down and we start in our habitual, routine living. We get to the lower consciousness of just doing things over and over again because it's comfortable. Even if it isn't comfortable, we think it's comfortable. So we don't want to go back to sleep. If you don't go back to sleep, it means you're mindful. Mindfulness is the one word that will take us between the two worlds so easily when we remember. He goes on to say, you must ask for what you really want. What is it that you really want right now? I'm sure you thought of it. New Year's resolution. What is it you really want? And, we can really want things here on this physical plane, and that's fine. But I'd like you to think of something that's going to bring out the greatest potential in you. We all probably want to lose 5 pounds after. I told Kirk he might want to lose 5 pounds, and I found it and even more. Oh, man, that was so frustrating. He got rid of it and gave it to me. That wasn't very nice. So, you can have those dreams, but have a bigger dream. Stretch, expand yourself. Here's what it goes on to say. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the two worlds touch. That's the fingers. That's where the two worlds touch. We can go back and forth. The door is wide and open. Don't go back to sleep. I'd like for us to really think about that. The door is wide and open. We don't want to go back to sleep. The one thing I would like all of our dreams in this 2018 is to be more mindful of where we're existing. Are we just truly coming from our human will, or are we expanded to bring spirit, to open up to something more? That's the one thing I would like all of us to be mindful of, to be mindful, be more mindful. And that way we can really solve. It doesn't mean we won't spiral down sometimes, but we'll be aware we're spiraling down. And we can be as grouchy and grumpy and whatever we want to be, but we're aware of it. We are aware, and that's the difference. So the door is that opening between the two worlds that keeps us available to something more. Remembering we are made of this divine potential that wants to express. We shut the door when we choose worry over faith. I've heard it said that worry is a prayer for the worst possible thing to happen. We're powerful. We are powerful beings. We're here because we're powerful beings. Our thoughts are creative. So if we're choosing worry over faith, fear. Now, would you believe the world is a bit saturated in fear right now. We are. It's just, I don't think human beings are any more afraid than they've been before. I mean, there's been a lot of fear. If you watch movies or go back, read history, I mean, it's part of the human experience. But the world is so connected now. It's so connected that we can feel fear on a much greater level. We can also feel love and compassion and joy and possibility at a much greater level too. We choose. We choose. I heard another quote from someone, and it said, I have lived on the lip of insanity, wanting to know reasons, knocking on a door. It opens. I've been knocking from the inside. Ernest Holmes said to touch spirit, it starts at the center of our being. To touch the absolute, it's right here. We're knocking to find something that's already within us. He also said that intuition was the greatest doorway to possibility. That's when we listen. There's so much help out there. How many of you have felt extra help at this time? A lot of extra help out there. Angels and messages and dreams and things that are guiding and directing us. It's amazing how much help there is. But this isn't something new. The Bible tells us that there's two little quotes from Acts that tell us, at night an angel of the Lord opened the prison doors for the apostles. Open them and let them free. And another one says the angels came and freed Peter from prison. Prison is our own mind. The walls we built with those false ideas that we are separate and alone. We build the walls. And what happens, do any of you relive the past? Because if we're creating the future in every moment, because we're creative beings, but we're living in the past, what are we creating? More and more and more of the same. We don't want, but I was just really taken by this picture of the fingers of touching God. And I realized if we reach up, what happens to the past? We step out of it. We can take whatever good feelings we want from it, when any memories are good, but we don't have to live there anymore. That keeps us stuck. We have to have the courage to step out into something new, to step out and open and be available to the good that's present. That's our job. It's just, I am ever amazed how this universe is there to help us. Do any of you ever have any anxiety dreams? Well, you know what? I didn't even realize that I had so much anxiety until 2 nights ago, for 3 nights I had dreams that were very anxious. But in the dreams, I gave myself the answers. That hasn't happened to me before. I was like, oh my gosh, that is definitely spirit working overtime. They had to really work hard to get me to loosen up enough to give myself the answers right there in the dream. But that's the way things work. I just woke up in absolute amazement that I, number one, had all this anxiousness, because I usually don't have anxious dreams. I have, but and then the answer was given by me. It was really beautiful. And if we can all know that the answers aren't anywhere else but within us. And the beauty of all this is once we've put the grease on the hinges, we go back and forth, and we start being mindful. Then we carry over and start living from this place of co-creation, of collaboration, of cooperation, and we go back less often. We'll all fall back. That's part of the process. But once we do that, we get to start asking a new question. How can I be the door for someone else? I started out by saying that writing and poetry and certain authors can be doors for our inspiration, our mindfulness, the reminders. I know my husband is a door for me. He lets me talk and open and bring insight. My daughter is a door for me. The spiritual community and friends are doors. We have to find people that can be doors for us, that we can be doors for them. Because Jesus knew the secret key to opening any door, anywhere, anytime. The door was love. It's that simple. If we want to open the creativity within ourselves, if we want to open the potential, we have to love ourselves more. We have to love who we are and be soft and compassionate for all the stupid, idiotic mistakes we've made and that we've gotten to learn from them. We have to love ourselves more. And when we do that, we can love others more and be the door to help others. Come cross the door sill with me. Come be enlightened in a better place. Let's take down our barriers together so we can see the light. Are you with me on this? Can we make, okay, so just close your eyes for a minute. And I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and I want us to just feel the love and that beautiful potentiality that just exists in this and every moment. And we choose right here and now to be mindful. And with mindfulness comes courage. And just have the courage to say, what doors are shut in my life? Where am I letting fear overpower that beautiful creative potential, that dream that wants to be born in my life as me? And just hug that fear and tell it you don't really need it anymore, because there's something bigger wanting to express. There's something beautiful wanting to be born right now. And then after you've hugged and loved yourself, just breathe. And know that any time you might feel a spiral down, it's a remembrance to raise your arm, your finger, just energetically, and touch the hand of love, the hand of good, the hand of God, the hand of Spirit that's always there. There's always something more in this and every moment. And now ask, how may I be a door for someone else today in my life? What can I do to remind someone of how beautiful, how wonderful, how kind they are? So let's just seal this morning by knowing together without any question that the door of love, the door of compassion, the door of truth, the door of beauty, the door of possibility is open right now for us in this and every moment. And as we have the courage to step through, to accept that good, to stand in the light, we know that where we are, God is. And we know that where we are, and when we stand in that light, we allow others to join us. We create the invitation. Join me. Come, come. I'm here. I'm here for myself. I'm here for you. I'm here for this world. And as we open this door wider and wider, we are the answer that this world has been calling for, to bring more light, more love, more goodness. This 2018 starts with us feeling good, knowing that the universe is for us, that we're filled with divine potential. We feel good because we know not only can we open the door within ourselves, we can open the door for others, and we can be the way showers in this world today. How good it is to be alive. How good it is to be in this community. May we just join together in absolutely knowing that we live right now in appreciation and gratitude for all that is and all that is yet to be. We say thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. Beautiful, and thank you all. Thank you so much. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much.